Okay, hi everyone, sorry this has taken me a while to do again. I had a huge issues with the first attempt of this video and it ended up being nearly 45 minutes so it wouldn't upload. So I've just redone how I do a beehive, and this one I've done with a swirl fringe. I've shown a few different two different accessories you can wear with it. I really hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. Okay, so basically to do this beehive there's a few simple things you're going to need. Firstly is a teasing comb, so I'm just using a rat tail comb, a smoothing brush, so it's a teasing brush but I actually find for me it works better as a to smooth, a brush just to brush out at the start, hairspray, bobby pins, lots of bobby pins, a scarf if you want one, or you can use a hair flower. I think that's all you need. Oh, sorry. And a hair curler. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a section about this big at the front. And a clip or a hair elastic, you're going to clip it. And I'm going to curl these so I'm going to do 2 or 3 facing that way, and they don't have to be like super springy or super curly. You can use a bobby pin. I'm just going to use a pin curl clip because I've got one in here. And I'm just going to, while it's warm, tuck it and pin it. Same thing. So this is, for me, I do this purely to help me shape the fringe, because the fringe is ultimately the curly bit in this style. It doesn't really matter if, you know, they're messy or whatever, because, like I said, it'll all come into it at the end. It's more just you want the hair to have the curl. Okay. Alright. Right, so there's your fringe. Now, we're not going to touch that for a while. We're going to come around the back. Just going to take a big brush and run it through. Now this style works best on hair that's a few days set or a few days dirty. So this is a 3-day-old set, and I think I wore it straight the day before. So this is 4 days unwashed hair. So this is the ideal kind of hair for it. So I'm going to take a section from out the ears. And I'm going to take this. So you do need those clips like I mentioned. And I'm going to clip this up here, so that's out of the way. And I'm going to take care of this back bit. So I can feel that for me it's still a bit knotty, just because it was in a set the past few days. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to brush it all to one side. And I'm going to pin it. Now this is, I tend to do my beehives quite messy at the back. I haven't quite perfected the art yet of doing them with a neater back, but I'm sure now I can do them a bit better after a bit more practice with that. So it's all pinned across. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part and I'm going to fold it over that. So it's kind of a bit like a French bun, French roll. Again, I'm not very good at those yet. So I'll just use 2 pins to secure it. I don't mind if the end sticks up yet because I'm going to do something. I'm going to secure that later. So basically that's the base at the bottom at the moment. So now I'm going to take this top section, and for me just at the top, before I start, I'm going to run just the curler over it. And that's just to help give it a bit of volume. I am using, I think this is a 1 inch, so it is a big curler. And this is purely just to help give this part a bit of volume. So I'm only going to really leave it there for like, just so I can feel that it's a little bit warm. There we go, that's enough. Sexy. And I'm going to tuck initially this bit under and just kind of let it cool. And I'm going to work on the back part. So I'm going to take this section all here that's above where I've just done that twist, so that bit, if you can kind of see it, I'm going to separate it. So I'm going to put the front bit over the top, and I'm going to work initially with this back bit. And I'm going to tease. So I'm going to tease it all the way to the roots. And the other side. So you want it to be pretty solid. I tease this part all the way through because this is going to be your foundation. So basically you want it to be teased enough to do that, which is very Whoville indicative. So once that's kind of solid, and I think I've teased it enough, I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it just once so it sits there, and I'm going to pin it. Just one on either side, so this is going to help build the foundation for my beehive. Then I'm going to take this bit, which seems to have just been sticking outside, I don't know why, but he's here, so I'm going to tease him too. That's what teasing is meant to look like. I used to be scared of teasing, and I'd tease like this tiny little bit, and then I'd stop, and then I'd wonder why my hair wouldn't be big and fabulous. So I'm going to pin that bit too. So basically we're building the foundations for this bit to sit on. I'm going to leave a whole section on the side, and tease these bits as well, except I'm going to tease them back like this. Again, you want it to be quite rigid. And you're going to take the teased bit, bring it back, and find where you're happy for it to sit in it. Like I said, you'll need lots of pins. We're going to do the other on this side. At the moment we're looking a bit like something out of a disaster Marie Antoinette hair attempt, but it will get better, I promise. So that's the start of our big booth one, which is the under part for your beehive. Now this is when I kind of like to play with it a bit, I have a lot of issues of getting gaps across the top part, so this is when I like to try and see if I can get rid of those because they're annoying. So this is where this brush comes in handy, so you can kind of get them together. And if you think a bit's too flat or you need to repuff it, the rat's tail comb can come in handy. Sitting inside and helping to puff. Okay, so we've now got this big puffy bit with these really sexy bits and this puffy bit at the back. So now I'm going to pin that loose bit that came up from the big bit we did at the back. I'm going to pin it up because I'm going to stick the hair that goes over the beehive over the top of it to hide it. I think this is probably the most pins I've ever used, like least pins I've ever used. Okay, so now I'm going to take this top bit, which I kept kind of smooth. I'm just going to lightly tease the roots, just a little bit. And then I'm going to brush it over my big teased bit. And when I think I've got it in the place I want, I'm going to take a bobby pin and I'm going to pin that. So this hair has a bit more movement in it than the rest of it. Start to work out the shape. Bobby pins fix everything. Alright, so I've got the start of my big beehive. Now these parts, again, like that top bit, I'm going to give it a comb and a really light tease. I'm going to take my bristle brush or my teasing brush and I'm going to brush them over the back and I'm going to pin them. And take that one, pin it. And again, you just find out where the right sit is. So that side's pretty much done. Now I'm going to do this side. Again, just a really light tease. A pin. Now, if you want to puff it up a bit more, you can still get that comb in. Okay, so I'm pretty much happy, I think, with where my puff is at, or my hive. My hives, because my hair is very short, tend to sit more like that as opposed to go all the way back. I don't have long hair anymore. Okay, so back part's done. Now I'll give it a hairspray and I'll actually run my hand over it to help smooth it. Like that. So that's pretty much done. Now we're going to do the fringe. Now you can do your fringe a lot of different ways. It's amazing what teasing will allow you to do. I'm just going to own, that's what it's going to do. Now we're going to tease it, just like the back, to give it some fullness, and it'll help make it easier to actually manipulate it into. How rude, it stopped on me. So I'll pick up from where I left off. So you want it to be teased so it's all kind of the same block and texture, like that. Don't be scared, we're going to fix it. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to kind of really lightly run it through. Now a few of the options you have for this hairstyle to go with it is you can do a straight front roll, which is like that, which you can pin. You can do a swoop, which I tend to do by rolling like that. Okay, that one's really popular, but for this one I'm going to do one I've been playing with a lot recently if my hair will do it, which is, it's almost a bit like a suicide roll. So basically I've taken the hair at an angle and I've rolled the pre-existing curl around and up into itself, and then I've tucked it down so it's sitting within its own little wave. I'm going to take a bobby pin just to show you. I'm going to pin through the back part so that it's kind of hidden. I'm going to do one as well from the back. I'm going to do that one on a bit of an angle. Okay, so now you can touch it and play with it. I'm going to get some hairspray. I'm going to spray it. Smooth it with your fingers, which is how I do it. And that's pretty much it. So then this is the front. So you've got your beehive at the front. Now let me just have a quick look at the back so I know what I'm doing. Alright, this is probably the neatest back I've ever done. Woo for tutorials. So this is what, take my mirror so I can see. This is what the back looks like. I've kind of twisted it all up. I've hidden a lot of the excess hair as best as I can. So if you wanted to just wear a hair flower, so this one is one of the ones that's currently available at Daisy Jean. So if you wanted, you could do a tiki kind of style and just have a hair flower, which, you know, always looks great with something like bamboo earrings or something like that. If a scarf is more your deal, or if the back is a bit messy, scarves are amazing for hiding messy hair at the back. So you take a nylon scarf like this. This one's from Closet Confessions Boutique. I'll put the link in the bottom. And I just fold it like this. This is just how I like to wear mine. I put the fold over the back. And I tie it. Now this is just how I do mine. I like having it bow. So I'll fan out my bow. I find with this style as well, I don't really need to put in bobby pins either. I put one at the top of the scarf just to kind of hold it closed, and that's it. So that's the hairstyle with a scarf. And that's the back, and that's pretty much it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. It actually went a lot better than my first attempt, in which I dropped my iPad halfway through. Next week I'm going to be working on some really quick, easy fringes, which is something that was requested, so keep your eye out for that one. I also have some really exciting YouTube videos on the way in regards to things like body positivity, how to wear flowers. I'm going to be doing 2 tutorials on how I do my everyday set, which is when I just have curls. I think I'm going to try and wait to do that one till after I get a haircut, as my hair's currently quite long, which means that it's not really holding my sets the way I like. But I'd love to hear some feedback. Let me know what you thought of this video, and I'll see you all next week.